What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode, and today we are working on the Jeep. So I got to change the Jeep brakes, right? The Jeep brakes and the rotors. I got the parts for it. That's something that I got to work on. Mind you, I know I've been ghost for a little bit, so let me let you recap with me. So for the BMW, what we managed to do is change the coolant thermostat, right? Now, the coolant thermostat that I had initially, I got off of the parts car that I originally bought my BMW from. She had a parts car as well. So I took that coolant thermostat off. When I looked at it, I'm gonna show you here. This is what the old shit looked like. Beat up, ugly. This is the one that was stuck closed. I mean, I don't know if you could really tell anything different, but this was stuck closed. It didn't look like it was good, right? It didn't look like it was going to work, and surely it did not work. So I'm like, okay, my thermostat was stuck open. Their thermostat, I believe, was stuck closed. So if it's stuck closed, the car will overheat. If it's stuck open, the car will still throw a code and it's just not gonna really be able to regulate the temperature, but it won't overheat, right? So FYI, for anybody that has coolant thermostat problems, if you don't know what will happen, or if a mechanic tells you it's closed or open, now you know. So other than that, I did attempt to get the AC compressor off. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this is by far the hardest thing I've ever had to do on a car. Now, mind you, I am no mechanic by no means. And even mechanics find this job to be difficult. So that should just let you know we playing on Hall of Fame right now, unfortunately. But we will get it off. I got 3 bolts off already, and I need to get 3 more off, right? 2 on the top, 1 at the back. Mind you, where it's at, for one, is already super narrow, so you really can't get your hands back there. And for 2, you can't see it, like hardly. You can partially see it, but when you have the tool on it, like you have to just kind of feel it and hope that you got your hand in the right area and go from there, right? So that's the issue with that. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, like I said, that I was working on that for hours, from like 9 to like 4, you feel me? Just trying to get that out, and it unfortunately didn't work. So like I said, I did get some bolts out, but I didn't get all of it out, but we will definitely try to do that again. Maybe not in this video, or I might put the videos together possibly. I don't know when I'm gonna drop this, but we will definitely try to get back at that. But for now, we're gonna change the brakes on the Jeep. Never changed the brakes on the Jeep before. First, I have to actually see if my jack will reach, because my Jeep is lifted. If it doesn't reach, then I'm gonna have to get a jack extender or just buy a whole new jack. I don't wanna do that. I already got multiple jacks, but I don't believe I have one that has an extender. So if it doesn't work, that's what we'll have to do. If it does work, we should be good. I'm hoping it works, because from what I can see, it looks like it should. So we'll actually be able to do that, and hopefully it'll be a nice, smooth job. We got the rotors, we got the brake pads, so it shouldn't be an issue. So let's get into it. All right, y'all. So my mic died, but this is what we got here. Everything we need for the brake set. Mind you, the jack that I had wasn't strong enough and it wasn't high enough. So we got this. I seen some reviews on this. It looked good. So I'm like, all right, we might as well give it a chance. We got the C-clamp to release the brake pads. We got the breaker bar, the rotors here. They drilled and slotted. I'm not sure if that's gonna make a big difference, but we will see. And we got the brake pads. So let's see what we can do with it. All right. First, I'll take this off right here. Should have one of these on the too, but I know it is what it is. All right, cool. Put that in there. Put that over there. All right, y'all, so here, I'm definitely trying to get this wheel off, and what I'm realizing is the space to get this 19 mil socket in is super tight. You could pretty much see on the wheel, and that was the issue. So as you can see, I had to pretty much jam it out with the jack in a sense. But what I realized is the official jack that I did have before was definitely too short, so I had to buy one. Luckily, shout out to Amazon, I got a jack the same day, and yeah, it can hold 6,000 pounds, and it's a combination. It comes with a jack stand attached to the jack, so if you're looking for a jack, I would recommend one of those. But let's get back to it. And of course, in order to take this out, you gotta remove the air box. You gotta remove, there you go, right here. That goes to the air intake, that goes to the throttle body. Of course, the BMW cover. And after that, it goes right in here, under this wire here. That's the bucket you will have to drain your coolant. Unfortunately, my plug was kind of stuck closed, so I had to just pull the hose off to release it, instead of like my little knob that would drain it at the bottom of the radiator. But it is what it is. Of course, you want to unloosen that. That'll help some of it come out quicker, you know, to help the airflow go through with it. But there's only 3 bolts here. One, as you see right there, another one at the top, and another one right there on the side. You can see it right there on the side. So yeah, that's all you gotta do. Screw that back on, then put this stuff back on, and you good money. So I'm about to do that real quick, easy work, and we should be done. All right, everything's back on. Now, of course, you gotta refill your coolant. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. It's pretty low. I mean, it's empty, of course, but now I'm about to fill that back up. Let's get it. All right, y'all, so it's a new day. Unfortunately, trying to take off the tire. Yesterday, we found out that the lug nut was stuck on the wheel stud. How? Somebody working on my car messed up the wheel stud, messed up the wheel lug nut, whatever. Of course, typical when you want to work on your car, that's usually when BS happens and you have to deal with it. They don't have to deal with it, right? So in order to avoid going back and forth with the last person who worked on it and trying to figure out if they did it or somebody else did it, whatever the case may be, I'm going to do it myself. Now, this is the first time I've ever done something like this. Now, I did just pick up a wheel stud, right? So I got that, and I got a drill bit set so I can drill that lug nut out. Hopefully it comes out better and easier than I thought it would be. Hopefully. But you already know how these things go. Anytime you're working on a car, from what I've experienced, it never goes like you expect it to go. So we will figure it out. But right now we are going to try to get that lug nut off. And the second we get that off, we are good money. I'll be able to change my brakes and my rotors, and we'll be able to test out these brakes. So let's see how that goes. As you see, the passenger side came out no problem. Lug nuts right there. You know, that wasn't an issue. The problem is this side over here. And of course, the other ones are tightened down. I just left the one that was messed up loose. As you see, it moves. You could spin it all day and it never comes off. So let's see if this works. say this took way longer than it should have took. I mean, way longer. This probably took probably around 35 to 40 minutes, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But long story short, I had to go to the store and get another drill bit that was actually bigger, stronger, more durable, that could actually really get through the stud. And I had to keep going like crazy until I pretty much broke it in half and was able to really just jam the wheel off, in a sense. You know, I had to really pull it and just force it off. There was no just that bolt falling off and it be done now. Like, I had to really pull it off. And I know people who've done this before, they know about that. But if you a rookie to this like I am and you never did nothing like this, yeah, this is not, you know, what you think it is. You feel me? You're gonna have to put some more work into it. So that's what I had to do. And yeah, try not to have this happen to you, but unfortunately it is common. So yeah, FYI, you don't want to do this job. All right, y'all. After hours, going back and forth with the store, back and forth with this damn tire, we got it. Look at the sweat. It's really real. Feel me? It's really real. Look at the stud. So what we're left with, I don't know why it was holding on like his life depended on it, but I mean, I had to go forever to get it off. And the screw, take a look. Crazy. Alright. Now we can get everything else done. Alright, y'all. So that's the finished product. About to put the wheel back on now. I'm gonna replace this. We ain't even gonna talk about that right now. I'm gonna replace this. This is just super temporary. I just need to get this on now. I'm gonna bolt everything else up. Make sure everything else is good. Do the other side. But yeah, that's what it looked like.